Hey guys, welcome back to another coffee and a chat. This is kind of a unplanned, just sitting here, grab my phone because I want to share something with you. And I want to get it while it's still kind of fresh in my mind. And hey, it's okay because I got my coffee with me. So it's all good. So, to me, to live is Christ. And I am crucified with Christ, and it is no longer I who live, but Christ lives in me. You know, these scriptures and some other ones have been coming to my mind a lot lately. And, the Lord's kind of dealt with me about the whole dying to self. Now, this isn't the first time he's ever done that. My whole life has been one thing after another after another. And so he's addressed this in me before, but I would say that every time that he addresses it in me, he takes me a little deeper than he did last time. I go a little further with him. And honestly, I'm ready to, I want to. And I have found myself the last few days going, then kill me, Lord. Lord, get me out of the way so that it's not me, but it's you living in me, that it's what it's supposed to be. I don't want to be focused on all the things of me, but I want to live for him. I don't know how much more life I have. I may have years. I may have months. I may have weeks, days, hours. I have no idea. I just know that God's in control of that, and he has set my expiration date on this earth. And when that comes, this old body's going to die, and it's pretty tired. It'll be ready. And I will go to be with him, which I'm ready. I want to be with him. Yeah. So, whenever that time comes, I hope I will be feeling that I'm ready to go. But if I need to stay here longer, so be that. But if I'm here, I want it to count for him. So this whole dying to self thing that has, I've been going through some stuff, okay? And I felt like somebody was trying to kill me. So I started to kind of grasp hold. I think God's trying to grow me. I think I'm going through some of this stuff because God's trying to do a work in me. So I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to fight it or get angry or frustrated or, which I kind of was getting very frustrated, very overwhelmed. And where are you, God? And I even stood there one day and began to weep and tell Marvin, I'm afraid I'm losing my faith, that it's wavering. And that scared me. There's been some big challenges. I've been getting hit from all different sides, and then on top of it all, I've been going through some things in my physical body and a lot of pain, and that makes it even more challenging when you're being overwhelmed with life, when you physically aren't feeling up to it. And so anyway, the part that I want to share about was yesterday morning. I was spending some time with the Lord, my favorite thing to do. And I truly mean that. Yes, I truly mean that. Anyway, as I was talking to him, the Lord put this vision in front of me of this big table, like a banquet table, that was set in front of me. And there were all these things on this table, not just like food and stuff, but I mean like treasures. And I was like, oh, and he's like, you can take what you want from this table. And so I was like, okay, I want to be wise about this. So I started to say, okay, give me wisdom to make the right choices, which is a good thing to ask. The worst thing you can do is run in there and just start grabbing stuff, because we don't always know what we're doing. So asking God for wisdom so that you choose the right things, because you're not going to take all of it. I knew that. I wasn't allowed to take all of it. It's like as much as I could carry, in my arms. That's what I could take, but not all of it. And there's no way I could have taken all of it. So what's the right thing? So my first thought is I need wisdom from God to know what the right things are to grab. But then in the middle of saying that, it all stopped and my words changed. And I said, Lord, you choose for me. It was like the thought hadn't even really gone through my head so much. It wasn't like a conscious, changing in my mind, but it was like there was a change in me that suddenly knew, I don't want to make this choice, not even just, with wisdom, but you choose for me, Lord. Because one of the things that he's been dealing with me lately is in life, I made choices. And I have not always chose very well. And there have been choices I've made when I've asked for wisdom, and I did a little better. But the best choices that I've ever had made for me are the ones that I didn't make, but I told God, you choose for me. I'll take what you bring to me. And I think that one of the things that really had me kind of thinking about this was I had done the video on divorce and remarriage, which I can't even tell you guys what a struggle I had with that. I still struggle with it, but it seems to have ministered to some people, so I'm trying to just leave it alone. But in there, I kind of share, my first husband, that was my choice. Even when God said no, I still made that choice. And it changed the course of my life. It has cost me dearly, even though the marriage is long gone and my first husband is deceased, but it still costs me. There are things that were broken and wounded in me that are still going through the healing process. All of this because of a choice I made. Now, when after the divorce and when the time came that, I thought, maybe I would remarry, and maybe I would, want to meet somebody or something. And the men I was meeting, and these are men from church, it wasn't good. And I kind of lost faith in men. And I had told the Lord, unless you bring someone to me, set him down in front of me and say, this one, marry him. I'm not getting married. It'll just be you and me, Lord. But I don't want to get into a bad situation. So I did not make that choice. And then the Lord, through amazing, miraculous circumstances, introduced me to a man 3,000 miles away, and he introduced me to him through grandchildren that we had in common, but we didn't know each other. And God brought that man to me, my Marvin. He set him down in front of me and said, here, this one, marry him. And you guys, no regrets. What God has given me in this marriage, no comparison. No comparison. And sometimes I just sit there and I just look at Marvin when he's, maybe sitting out on the porch or he's working on something or whatever. And I'm just like, wow. The things that only God can do. The blessings that come. So with this table set in front of me in this vision, that is what came to me. No, I don't want to choose. You choose for me, because I know that I can't choose for myself as good as God can choose for me. Nobody can choose for me as good as God can choose for me. And he has my best interest at heart. He has his plans woven into it. He knows the future. Yeah. There is no one greater to make a choice for me than him. And that has just blessed me on so many levels. And, and the Lord continues to, I don't know, ever since that, it's just changed so many things in my heart and put a new sense of joy and hope in me that was kind of wavering. Because for me, to live is Christ. To die is gain, but to live is Christ. And I am crucified with Christ. I don't want it to be me living anymore, but I want it to be Christ living in me. I just wanted to share that with you. It's just been kind of a hope and a joy, and I don't know, maybe it'll speak to one of you guys out there too, because I'm telling you, my heart's desire, when you guys ask me for prayer, I put you in my prayer journal for a minimum of 40 days. And when I pray for you, one of the things I pray for is that God will draw you into a deeper relationship with him than you've ever had before, that you will know him on a level of intimacy that you didn't even know possible. I pray that for you. I pray it for me, because what else is there? When you know Jesus, when you love him, you know there is nothing greater than him. So whatever I have in life or don't have in life doesn't matter, as long as I've got him. All right, I love you guys. I got to get back to work. I'm going to finish my cup of coffee first, and then I'll get back to work, because I got a lot of things to do. All right, I love you. You have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you again real soon.